All right. Welcome back, you guys, to Diamond Quality here, where we talk about how to not fall under the pressure of life and turn into that gem you're truly meant to be. Because whether you like it or not, you are a fucking crystal, okay? Now, I wanted to sage, you know what I'm saying? Like, clear the energy, because I feel like as I've been doing these videos, they have been fun, but I have also been learning and feeling and understanding my body. And the universe sends me information too to explain what's happening, because I am opening up myself, being vulnerable. And that's one of the reasons why I did not or could not or did not want to connect with therapy in the past, because it was reliving a situation. Disclaimer. They are watching Mickey Mouse, so London loves it, and when the episode goes off, you will hear, "Oh no, mama, oh no," but it's gonna come back on. So my body has just been reliving these situations and then talking through shit that is traumatizing your body, your mind. Your mind doesn't know that it's not happening, right? So when you're talking about it, you go back there. Emotionally, you go back there as well. So when you go back to that space and that time, you are reliving that situation. So your body is acting as if it was in that situation. And that's what's happening when I'm talking about this shit and I'm explaining this shit, because I have to take breaks, because it pulls me to the side of where I'm not happy, or my body is just, tensed up or tight. But I'm also just trying to express and get out the benefits and the love that I have from what I went through, what came out of these situations, and where the fuck I live. Like, I love St. Louis. Like, I love everything about St. Louis, but it's just like the people in our lives, we love them, but at the same time, they do shit that pisses us the fuck off. You get what I'm saying? Like, why are you doing that? And we play a part too. And that's the part that I'm trying to get out. That's the part that I'm trying to reconnect and have us remember our true essence, like the power that we truly hold, and how easily we give our power away due to our emotions. And I'm talking about this shit, and it's having me relive the shit. And when we're in these situations and we act out of emotions, we're taking it personal. It is extremely personal. Everything in the situation of why we reacted a certain way was personal. I'm like, is that red? It's probably red, because this is the thing. This is how I know I was getting tied up and tensed and overwhelmed, because I'm trying to potty train London. As I'm trying to potty train her, it's the same day activities that, it doesn't seem like much, or it doesn't feel overwhelming, but when it's in the same routine, happening the same way, it starts to get, okay, like I'm tired. That's why it's important to switch up the routine. And I saw myself getting burnt out with doing hair. My hair, her hair, his hair. I'm like, okay, how can I make my life easier? We had to put a pause on the potty trainer. Like, I want to do it. I truly do. But I don't have it in me. So I'm like, let's minimize some stuff. I did my hair. I did London's hair. Okay, now I have to get back in the sleeping, because I done found myself going to sleep late, still waking up early. I'm not receiving the right amount of rest to rejuvenate my body. That's what it's about. Like, how can we tend to the ones around us if we're not tending to ourselves first? And being a single parent, we get stuck in this mentality of just constantly doing, when we stop allowing ourselves to receive. Slow down. Get back in a routine. Even though that routine may switch up, go with the flow. Because if you're not controlling so much, if we're not trying to control so much, it won't disturb us so much when shit doesn't go in the flow. All right. I'm like, where was I even starting to get into? But that's pretty much what I'm trying to show us. Talking about this shit, emotions have been coming up. I've been trying to manage them, but also still be the parent that I'm trying to be to my kids and not allow these seasonal times to make me short, make me angry. You know, like when we find ourselves just being irritable, that's when we gotta take those moments away, them little seconds and steps. Like, how can I reground myself where I'm not coming out at this in such an emotional, attached way? So when we experience the same reality, we are stuck in a time loop. So when every day is the exact same as it was beforehand, that is just a time loop that we're creating. Every decision, choice, and action literally puts us in a different time loop. So by switching it up, by not having the same routine, by allowing these mishaps to happen, and then when they do happen, finding something grateful to be appreciative that it happened, like finding something good out of it, that allows you to create something different too, because something done switched up what was controlled. Because when we control and we do things in the same way every day, that is controlled energy, that's stagnant energy. So to create a shift in a different reality, we must break up that energy within our day. That shows us where our energy is, and this allows us to create a different reality. So when that change happens, instead of allowing your emotions to be so attached to that change, like the change was a bad thing, so reacting at it as, why does this happen? You know what I'm saying? Upset and mad. That's you creating a reality of every time something happens or disturbs your reality or something that you control, you're going to be mad at it. That's what you're creating. That's how you're reacting towards it. And that's what you're putting out. But if something comes into the loop and you find a way to, okay, all right, it pissed me off, because it's all right for us to have feelings and feel those feelings, but not hold on to them, right? So it happened. All right, I didn't want it to go that way. You know what I'm saying? But since that happened, I'm going to come at it this way. I'm going to let that be that, but I'm going to choose to not let my emotions make this situation a bad situation for me. And then that allows you to consciously be able to handle change in a positive way, in a way where it won't affect you in a way where you're like, fuck, like this just ruined everything. Like everything happens for a reason. So if everything happens for a reason, you are meant to go through that. And reacting that in a way of like, damn, why did I do that? Then that means you're creating your own suffering, because you're not allowing your reality to just present itself. You're not accepting it. And not accepting your reality is what caused suffering. When you accept your reality, you realize that you played a part in that. And since you played a part in that, how can you play a part in creating a different reality? So letting go of false beliefs if our reality hasn't changed, even if we do feel good inside. So a situation happened, we are handling it in a great way. Like, okay, all right, I see why I was meant to go through that. I see the benefit of that. All right, but shit's still happening on the outside. Now, why is that happening? You're holding on to a false belief. Even though you feel good on the inside, you may still be believing that, like, if you don't have lots of money, you know, but you for sure know you desire it, your subconscious is trying to tell you that you're holding on to a false belief, or with money, or like with love, even like with love. So say you feel good, you know you deserve good, genuine love, unconditional love, but you keep attracting people that don't know how to communicate. I'm going through this right now. That was a false belief of mine. I pretty much always felt like, because I talk a lot, that I attract people that don't know how to express their emotions. And that's what I was getting. That's what I was getting. Like, I knew that I deserved love. I stayed in a relationship. I would tell my friends, next time, don't let me get back in a relationship. But I'm a relationship person. Like, I can't give attention to that many people. Like on that level. Very, like, intimate, too. So it's like I want to open up and get to know the person I'm with, and like doing it with a lot of people was just too much to like handle or juggle with me. So it's like if I made that connection, I'm all in. You know what I'm saying? I also was that person that if we were talking and then I saw that she was talking to someone else, that was the ultimatum right then and there. Like, I'm either gonna stop talking to you or we gonna be exclusive. Like, that was something I had. It was like just beliefs. Like, I couldn't date, or the people that I like, they don't know how to express themselves, or all men are like that. Like, having those beliefs gives you that what you believe. She's going to give you what you believe. So if you believe that, she's like, all right, well, this is what you want. So when you let go of these limited beliefs, you don't limit yourself to only attracting people that don't communicate, or I'm trying to concentrate, but then the birds, they are like really like going crazy. And it just lets me know like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. But letting go of these beliefs, even though you feel good on the inside and you're not understanding why your outside is not projecting that is because you are believing something that's not true. Say it comes to a job, like, I will never get like more money. They're always going to pay me less than the other person, or you want a raise really bad, but you really don't believe you'll get that raise. Like that, you won't get it because you truly don't believe it. And how you receive it is to already feel as if you got it. So when you feel in your body, like, I feel good, I have it, I have peace within, and I want peace without, but I'm not seeing peace without. So when you don't see it without, it's hard to even feel as if you have it because you're not seeing it. But when you build up like that imagination and that seeing what you are in and believing that it is that, like, even if you don't see it, like, just keeping that frequency higher and surrounding yourself, because this is the thing too, people that we keep around us, we can be attached to the person that we were, you know what I'm saying? And the people around us can be attached to that person too. So when you choose to be something different and you choose to act differently towards things and be mindful of how you're acting towards that situation, you're choosing to be a different person. You're choosing not to be that person that you already saw, that person that chose to continue to be mad or continue to hold on to something. You're choosing, okay, I'm gonna let it go. And when you choose to let it go, you're choosing a different you. And sometimes the people that are around us, they're used to that old you, and they're used to you reacting that way. So they try to get you to continue acting that way and being that old person. And when you feel that happening, when you feel that's happening and that person is pulling you to that other side of the person you didn't want to be, that's when you put boundaries in place with conditions. Like, I'm showing you a different me. I'm trying to be a different me. But the fact that you are constantly antagonizing me to be a different person or be the person I don't want to be, I can't be around you. And that's when we got to put our loved ones in that little area. And when they put them in that little area, then it kind of wakes them up, or they just choose someone else to play that game with instead of you. And you just took yourself out of that game, out of that timeline loop. So we can truly change our reality if we stop judging ourselves. So when I had to take this little break, of course, I accepted it. Like, I couldn't potty train. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm feeling overwhelmed, and why can't you do it? You know what I'm saying? Why can't you do it? But at the same time, if I'm not going to be compassionate with myself to know, like, it is overwhelming to be able to just, because it was Valentine's Day, I'm thinking of, and I'm telling y'all, like, it's so many emotions coming up. Like, just thinking about my parents, my mother, my father, and then my best friend Jasmine, she started popping up in my head. Like, I had a whole little ordeal with that. Like, it's just a lot. It's a lot of emotions while just trying to mentally take care of yourself, and then mentally make sure your kids are good, staying up on their appointments, and then going through the life struggles that we done created on ourselves, the suffering that we done created on ourselves. Like, that's the part where it's like, I have to love on myself and accept that I was not conscious when I was making those decisions. I was not mindful of the reality that I accepted. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's literally what it is. If your reality is a certain way and you don't like it, you accepted that by believing in something that someone else told you to believe. And once I stopped believing in that, I was taking my power back. And now that I have my power back, it feels good because I'm not believing in the bullshit. But at the same time, I'm still having to deal with the emotional stress of like losing people from like suicide and gun violence, and then being hurt from like, you know, people you create, you're thinking you're creating a family with, you know, like all of this stuff is, you know, you beat yourself up and you're just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, how is this happening? And when you stop talking to yourself in a way that's like judgmental, and you kind of have compassion for yourself, it allows you to have compassion for other people. We can't have compassion for other people if we're not giving it to ourselves. Like, we are our worst critics. We are harder on ourselves than anyone can ever be in our lives. And that's why we accept when other people do make us feel how we're making ourselves feel, you know, because it's validating that feeling of you ain't doing enough, you ain't good enough, you need to do this to get this, now you done that, do that, you know. Like, when we being present and actually like being grateful for what we did accomplish, how far we did get, and the setup. We can't judge our setup. Like, our setup was only the best that our parents can give to us. But if that was true, then we shouldn't be able to judge them, because it was only as good as what their parents could give them. It just keeps being passed down, passed down, passed down. So with it being passed down, someone needs to pause. Someone needs to be like, it's all right. You know, take your time. It's okay. Now that you see the reality that you created, let's create something different. Let's be something different. And when we want to truly be something different, we make big changes, big boundaries in our life, big, like, you know, sticking firm to what should and should not be done, not allowing people to control our emotions through their emotions. Like, that's how you create true change, true healing, and true unconditional love too, because we don't have to hurt other people to get our point across. Like, where I'm from, I feel like St. Louis is such a beautiful place. Like, it's beautiful. Like, I honestly love the love from St. Louis. Like, we are very connected and we do love on each other. But when we get angry, when we get mad, that's like it's just something else. And it takes over us, and we don't let it go. And that's when it's hard for us to trust again, because we're never moving forward, because we're stuck on that hurt. We're stuck on that pain. And that ain't healing. We're not healing each other. And we're not talking about it either. You know what I'm saying? This shit that's going on here, like, who's talking about it? Like, who you talking to? Yeah, that's fucked up. That's messed up. But who's talking about it to actually, like, tell the motherfuckers that's doing it, stop doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't do that. Like, at times just feel like it's turning a blind eye. You know, we can't turn a blind eye no more. We just can't. Like, the suicide, people taking their lives, people taking other people's lives. It's just why, like, I say it, you know what I'm saying? Because it's talking about this, it brings up the parts of it that makes me mad and angry and pisses me off, you know, like, and I don't want to come at it in that approach, in that way. It's coming back on, baby. So we just want to create something better for our kids, because I feel like that's what all of this is truly about for me, because I love St. Louis. And when life got hard for me, I wanted to leave St. Louis, because every time something happens that's traumatic in my life, it happened here. So I connected. I used to connect it with St. Louis, but St. Louis is a beautiful place. I love living here. I just love everything about it. Like, I love that it made me who I am, and I see the love in St. Louis. I do. But I also see so much of the hurt too. And when I get hurt, I want to run away, and I don't want to run away no more. I don't. I want to stop it, because I don't want my kids to run away when they get hurt, because that's all I'm showing them. But at the same time, I don't want for home to be hurt for them. Like, that's what I'm trying to do, like, by talking to St. Louis, like, by sharing my story, because I feel like if we can start here within ourselves, because we're doing it to each other. Like, it's all the hurt that came in my life is from family members or friends, like family members and friends. Like, who can you trust if you can't trust these people? And I know I can. But when you know certain people and you know how they're going to react and how they're going to approach situation, some things you can't call love. And if that's their form of love, that's not a way to love, because you're not loving if you're pushing people to the point of fucking killing themselves. Like, or you're pushed to the point where you're fucking killing them. Like, where's the loving at? The lying, the manipulating, the hurt, I'm doing this because they did this to me. Like, no. That shit scares me for my kids, because it was done to me and it got me riled the fuck up on the inside. And with it getting me so riled up, I had to look at it as, am I going to play their game, or am I going to be true to who the fuck I am? Because I'm not that type of person. I don't do that type of fucked up shit. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to manipulate. I'm not going to try to use the system to just try to control and get my way. I'm not going to do that. And with it being done to me, it was the universe trying to show me, like, are you willing to accept that reality and play that game that they trying to play, or are you going to create something different for yourself? And I knew for a fact that I was always taken care of, like, by the universe. Regardless of the shit that I have been exposed to, she has always shown me, like, by me being true to being my beliefs, which is I don't have to be fucked up, you know what I'm saying, to get by in this, where I don't have to fuck over people and hurt people to be something good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like loving people is always the way to go. Accepting people is always the way to go. Like, I'm not finna judge you. But when it comes to you hurting people and then mindfully knowing that you are hurting people, that was my part where I did have to learn, because I was judging them. And the universe sent me messages showing me you can't judge these people, because they don't even consciously know the life that they're creating. And if they're creating their life, they're just creating suffering. When I saw that, that's what made me, okay, all right, I can't be mad. You know what I'm saying? I had to let go of that anger, because they say when you don't let go, you're only stopping your own healing. You're only stopping your own success and abundance, because you're choosing to hold on to some pain. Close your chakras off, block off what you really want, because you're holding on to this false belief of the shit that was shown to you. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to show St. Louis that we are doing it to each other. We're doing it to each other. They done gave us these false programs, and we done took and we ran with it. Like, take our fucking power back. Take our emotions back. Because it's our emotions. So if someone gets us fucking worked up, you just gave your emotions away and told them, here, you could use this tool to piss me the fuck off next time. If you want to piss me off, say this. You know what I'm saying? Of course. Like when I'm going through this course shit, these beings thought that they can just constantly keep saying shit about my father. And it will get my emotions worked up. It will piss me off. Fuck yeah, that shit pissed me off. But did I let it control my emotions? Because I could have smacked the fuck out of that being. You know what I'm saying? And the world knows. I don't give a fuck how old you are. I don't care if you're somebody's grandma. I do not fucking care. If you have a mouth, I'm going to use my mouth. And I told y'all in the past, that was my thing. If you want to just say shit to her, I'm not saying shit to her. So I'm saying the truth. So if you want to cross boundaries, I'll cross boundaries. Pop, 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 pop. Bitch, watch your mouth. You get what I'm saying? That's how I used to process as a child. And then I had to grow and evolve by you reacting that way. You're giving your emotions away. They know that if they do that, they'll get you to do this. So I stopped letting people control my emotions where I was putting my hands on them. That's why I never needed a gun. Never needed a gun. But when I gave my power away and I started living in fear and anxiety, I bought a gun. And if I kept living in fear and anxiety, I would have used that gun. Because that's the only reason why we're using guns, right? What we're using those guns for on each other. Besides people that's using on their fucking selves. And they're doing that because we're not accepting them and seeing their hurt and their pain and loving them the way that they need to be loved by creating these boundaries, healthy boundaries, but not in a way where we're hurting them. You get what I'm saying? That's why they're using it. They feel left out, alone. We all get there. We all felt that way. Now the ones using on each other, why are we using it? Fear and fucking anxiety, because you feel like somebody finna do it to you, so you'll do it to them, which is understood. But at the same time, if we create these healthy fucking boundaries with conditions, you ain't got to get pushed to that point. You ain't giving your power away, so somebody can push you to that point. Some more what, babe? I'm wrapping it up anyways. But, yes, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tapping in. Told you I just take it as it comes now. Because now that all these emotions are surfaced for me, I don't know what to talk about. Because there's so many things I want to talk about. And everything that I want to talk about that has to do with the shit of the hurt and the pain is bringing these emotions back up. So now I have to be compassionate with myself, take my time, because I do love doing this. I do love talking to y'all, but at the same time, my body is reliving in these situations. And she's like, what the fuck, bitch? Like, you know. So I love y'all. Like, subscribe, share, repost, and let's spread more love and healing. Stop hurting people, and see y'all later.